staff that were
Well,
there
what
stole
it
my
is Helping
things.
Hands is they want you to be, we're not. So
Well, see, that's the
we're
thing.
potheads.
Everybody's
Don't fit into their thing of you have to be an opioid addict and go through opioid treatment because they're pulling federal money for opioid treatment, and that is what I am fighting against. Is their stupid thing where they say they perjure themselves to the judge and say everybody's a heroin addict so that they can go around shooting up homeless people, shooting up disabled people, shooting up people that have seizures with Clozaril so they can pull federal money. Do you understand? It is so dangerous that I'm going up against Cosa Nostra, who is spreading heroin everywhere. And whether these shelters know it or not, it doesn't matter because this is how they're spreading it everywhere is by saying everybody's a heroin addict that smokes pot. And then they fucking try to get you in a
sorry.
hospital
I have
and
to
they
go
shoot
through
you
my
up
passenger door to
and they
open up
shoot you up with
this.
deadly chemicals and they are killing people.
And see,
And
that's
that's
the
what's
thing
going
is that
on.
people know that this is happening, but people aren't. Chemicals are killing people, and the thing is,
Well, they're doing it. It's
I keep
medical
record
shit
of
they're
the
shooting people
bodies.
up with.
I keep record of the bodies. I've got records of hundreds of other witnesses. I've got their words, their
Oh my
voices,
god.
their conversations. I've got that stuff.
Okay,
Nobody listens.
for one thing, and I know I can tell from your car because I understand from the car because my car is like this.
It
That
is.
you
I
don't
see it.
really like to go into social service agencies because
Well,
they don't do anything for people like
but I
us.
do go in. They don't do anything for us, and that's why I record it when I go in. I show that when we have to go in alone, we're
That's
blown
oh
off
my
every
god,
time.
yeah, I was just fucked off there at Care, but I did get a voucher for a shower. But what they do, yeah, at Care, at goddamn senior and disabled, this lady was such a bitch.
The
I'm
thing
sitting there
is, you're
saying,
out here because of abuse, and you're
yeah,
experiencing physical and mental issues, same as I am, same
sorry,
as
I'm
most
going
other
off.
people.
I'm going off
PTSD is
because
a
you're hitting the
bitch.
buttons right where it counts, man. You are absolutely 100%. Don't get me wrong. Because I have PTSD too, so when we are interacting, it's like it bounces off and it slams against
And
each
then you
other
get
and then it
somebody who
bounces.
understands a bit, so they're willing to listen a bit. But then the other thing is, it sets off their trauma. And when they start talking, it sets off your trauma. Then it reminds you of another thing that is very important in
And
your
and me and my
situation.
best friend Lori, although I had to tell her to fuck off, she came up to Salem and fucking ripped me off really bad. Told her to fuck off. 50-year best friends. And it's the same way. But I don't talk to her right now because I told her to fuck off because she ripped me off. I'm like, God damn you, Lori. She finally got an apartment. But anyway, you're right. Wait, the one thing.
See, that's
The
all
one
right.
thing
Well,
is this.
people are down with the cause,
Wait.
but once they have
Care
something to
has a
lose, they
thingy
run away.
and I gotta do it, and you should try to do it too. And it's the dumbest thingy, but at least they're attempting it. That one of the ladies in Care is attempting a vigil. Although, yeah, like we have the strength to stand there with a vigil when we have nowhere to take a shit and blah blah blah. Like I'm on. Oh, this is Starbucks. If you don't have any coffee, I've cold Starbucks.
Oh, I can go get the Starbucks. I
Okay,
was
because I'm
actually in
I'm
my
I'm at
vehicle
the
because
out
I
of
had to
money
make
point,
sure
but I
that I
got
could
food
go in
stamps.
without having a panic attack or a meltdown in there.
Oh God, well no, don't do that. Just park your
Right?
car right in front so you can watch your ride so it don't get broken into and then you don't have to have a panic attack.
Well, it's not just about that. It's about the fact that I got to try to get people who are witnesses to situations that don't understand how their testimony is important.
Yeah.
The things that they told me should have been in court. They would have made all of the difference in the world in court. And
Well, yeah,
six
we
years
need
later, after
somebody
they've
to
been
go
blowing
to
me off
take
for
our
six
stuff to
years,
court. We need someone to take our stuff to court. Mass tort claim. Fuck
we
class
end up
action. This needs to be a mass
exactly.
tort claim. Homeless, unhoused in America. Are you kidding? Can you imagine the affiliation with
We're
California? Jesus Christ.
refugees.
I keep saying I'm going to go to California. You know what? California is sitting there homeless. I've read about it and I've been
If
told
I
about it.
spend too much time hanging out, I've been to California, I've been to Skid Row. If I spend too much time talking to a lot of these homeless folks who are all twacked out of their gourd and all their craziness, people like Robert Farnsworth and that Molly lady, the first thing that happens to me, I start talking really fast and I end up in a traumatic state, and then I'm afraid to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Well, what you're doing with YouTube is very fucking important. Okay, what you're doing is really important if you are fucking standing up on YouTube because let me tell you, I got victimized very hard by YouTube. These rappers ripped me for like 1,000. And then those little fuckers immediately, that little motherfucker, he was only 17, he got popped.
There's some
He got
gamers.
popped right
One
off
of
the
them, his
bat.
name is Bill Jensen.
What
and he
it is
claims to be
YouTube makes
Christian.
everybody think that they're untouchable, and then these kids go around ripping off the old people. That's what happens with YouTube. I was out of fucking control in Eugene. Those little motherfuckers purse snatched me. And they were like, we're YouTube rappers. Da, 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 da. Oh, guess what? I was like, you fucking cocksuckers don't understand. You will never, ever get anywhere.
All right, that reminds me of
listen,
Batman
they'll never
Beyond.
get anywhere in rap because all the old rappers know that people like me listen to them. Eminem and all those motherfuckers. So yeah, those guys, their career is done because they ripped me off.
I don't listen to Eminem because I've got my own mom to bitch about.
Yeah, I know. We need to write our own. And I know I'm too old to be a rapper, but I want them to take my life and rap about it. And there's one named Win. She's like a white girl from Salem. But
I
she's
would be
rapper.
a great Crapper the Rapper. You know what? If I was a rapper, I would wrap myself around a Butterfinger. I
Well,
wish
what
I
it
still
is
had teeth. That was
they-
my
they
favorite
keep-
candy bar.
They're wanting to come up, right? So they rap, and then their rap gets weak because they're coming up. But
Well, it's
they
like
need
in
to
the
be
90s
rapping
when they had the rock
when
rap
their rap
wars,
is
and nobody
strong is when
remembers
they're rapping
that.
about real shit, and that's why it gets soft, is because they end up getting rich and they talk
You know,
about
the
richness.
rock rap wars in Portland and Seattle and places like that and everywhere in between that were going on in the 90s, people, that's not a part of pop culture that even pop culture wants to recognize, because it's not pop culture, it's grunge to the max.
What, grunge?
Well, when they had the
I
rock
love
rap
grunge,
wars,
'cause
these
I
are
lived
people
in
literally
Port
killing
Angeles.
each other because they're listening to different music. We got people listening to Metallica up there in Seattle shooting people for listening to rap.
Oh,
We
why
got
would they
people
do that?
listening to rap
Oh
shooting
my God,
people for
I
listening to
listen to all the
Metallica.
music. I love Metallica.
And see, that's the way
That
it is
so
now.
wrong to
but
listen to Metallica.
but see,
and
rap had to become more acceptable before that was even a possibility.
That's
And
unbelievable.
you know, that was the early 90s, and you know, up to like 97 or 98, you know, I was still getting word from people I knew in Seattle, man, it's still going on, they still killing each other
Jesus, God, over music?
over
I-
music.
Part of the violence, though, yeah, of us.
Well, it's like killing somebody over a
We were
set of
listening to
Nike
the
Air
Fugees.
Jordans.
We were listening to Fugees in Seaside, and
Kill
the
Me
guy above us
Softly.
was actually a Nazi and did not like the black music, and we didn't know why he was attacking us. We were just listening to the Fugees. He was a meanest motherfucker, a meth cook, a disgusting, mean man with a lot of power that had the whole Port of Astoria attack us. Yeah, over their white dope because we were pot smokers, and that's how we became homeless. We ran the fuck away. It just happens in stages, you know. They're just running us. We
And
spend
then
our
once you're out here
disability-
on the street, they want you to go to all of these resources. You don't have enough money and disability to live on, and all your disability money that's supposed to be used to take care of you is spent going to gas, to go to appointments, to go see people who say they can't do nothing, it's not their job, when literally you were just told that it was their job by another agency and you looked it up on the website.
Praise the Lord. Sing it. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This man has got the Lord speaking through him.
I got a brain
Praise the
speaking
Lord.
through my mouth, but my brain has got 6
Bam!
trains at
You
one point
hit
in
the
time and
nail
only one
on the
tunnel.
motherfucking head, dude. You hit the nail. You just slammed that motherfucker with a sledgehammer right into the wall. You hit the nail on the head. We're supporting their goddamn bullshit, and they're not
All
supporting
these
us.
places are taking federal money. All of these
Oh, yeah,
people are
and they're
taking
not
state
doing
money.
anything. They
That
say they
state
do
and
shit, and
federal
they
money
don't do
comes
anything.
from the taxpayers. That
Not
comes
only
from
that,
us.
you know what?
That
These
comes from
fucking
the
bitches and
workers.
arches. I did get the shower thing. They're making fun of me with their fucking trolling shit. They're doing all this politically correct shit. They're talking all this gay shit and all this. They know, okay.
Well,
because
that
they're
means
trolling
something
me.
different to this generation than it does to your generation.
Well, no.
Here, when people say that, it means something different. It's a derogatory thing.
No, well, you know, I don't give a shit. You know why? Because a bunch of butt fuckers had my kids taken away because they wanted to butt fuck them. You don't believe me? You go
I
back
grew up
in the
in the
newspapers.
system.
Seattle,
I grew up in the
Washington,
system.
mayor raping his foster sons. My, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even against gays.
Natalie
That's ain't-
Bollinger had to deal with that in the
My
system.
point was, My point was these fucking bitches
Amy
over there.
Spencer's kids had to go through that in the system. It's not just gays though that do that.
Oh,
Straight
I know.
people do that shit
It's
too.
rotten. The whole system is shit.
And as far as if they're blonde-haired and blue-eyed white kids, especially blonde-haired, blue-eyed
Oh, yeah.
white girls under the age of 6, yeah, they're gonna look for an excuse to take them away if you're low income.
Or boys
Those-
under
that's
the
a
age
lot
of
of
6.
money.
Blue-eyed
Yes.
blonde boys.
Yes, and boys are just as important, but the girls will get you a lot more money. A boy will get you $600 to
Yeah, but
$800,000.
gays want to.
And
it's
see,
like
that's
man,
where
boy
Roberta had
love-
the problem
I'm
is
not
that
saying-
they took her son
dude, I'm
away
not
and
saying
her
all
daughter, and
gays.
they sold him to
I'm talking about
some
the
flower
Man
shop
Boy
owners.
Love Association. I'm talking about MBLA. Fucking running and getting kids.
Well, see, that's not gay though. That's pedophilia. That's
Yeah.
a very different thing. That not all
I don't
homosexuals
care.
are pedophiles.
I don't give a shit. Look, I was raised fucking liberal. I was raised by people that work for the state of Oregon. So I don't give a shit, man. Everybody is stupid if they want to think like I don't care because it's not my fault I have to group everybody into groups because I've been fucked with by every group so that if I see that you're in this group, I ain't fucking dealing with it because that group is online on their Facebook shit talking about me.
When I
and
see
fucking
somebody
me.
with a Hatchet Man tattoo, I generally walk the other way.
Mine are larger groups of people because I get fucked with by entire groups of people because they like, but a hatchet man. Oh, you mean juggalos?
Yes.
Oh, this fucking piece of shit juggalo fucked with me in Salem, and it's like I understand if they think it's just jokes and shit, but when they were murdering the homeless in Eugene, did you know that?
I did.
And then, but then they said the real juggalos said those are fake juggalos and that's not real.
That's what Christians say when there's Christians out there killing Christians and beating homeless people to death and
Yeah,
going
but
gay
this
bashing
guy
and
was
stuff.
fully juggaloed
And when
out.
we
He
speak
was
up, we
fully-
get told by Christians, instead of those Christians speaking up and saying it's wrong and doing something about it, they
Bingo.
say, oh, well, those aren't real Christians.
Yeah, I know.
But then they want to
It's-
pretend that all Muslims are evil. Like, no. I know a lot of Muslims who never did me any wrong. Matter of fact, until I went to prison, I'd never had a Muslim wrong me, ever.
Yeah, I've never had Islamic wrong me. Except my stepsister turned Islamic for a minute. Then she changed her mind. That was that Seattle thing. But and then so she was a little bit righteous for a minute because she had my son with her. But then as soon, obviously, he jumped the train in Eugene. She was gonna fucking send him to one of those facilities in California. But sorry, you're shivering. I gotta go to the bathroom. I have to think about where the fuck I'm going.
Yeah, I'm
gonna get a
actually
pack
not
of
shivering
cigarettes.
because I'm cold. I'm shivering because I got to pee, but I was trying not to be rude while you were
Oh,
talking to
dude,
me.
I'm sorry. Look,
That's
I'm
all
gonna
right.
get a pack of cigarettes. So if you see me later, I'll have cigarettes.
I know what your car looks like. I know what you look like, and I know the sound of your voice. I knew who you were when I heard you talking. I was afraid for a moment it was Molly, and then I was like, all right, that's not Molly. I better get out and see if it's somebody who needs some help. Because if it's Molly, Molly's just a bitch. She's just mean to people.
God, I don't know her. Is she around here?
No, thank goodness she left.
Okay, because I remember some Molly, and I can't. I remember meeting a Molly very recently.
Yeah, she left here
within the last like
about
2-3
a month
days.
ago.
I don't know if it was Salem or here.
Oh God. Well, I hope it wasn't the same lady. She's crazy. She
Is
hangs
she
out with a guy
married?
named Tom. And Tom is like an old Vietnam vet. He's got
Oh Jesus
cowboy
Christ!
hat
I
and
met
glasses.
these fucking people. They're around here. I met them either at the fucking somewhere. I have met Molly with a man. Some either like it had to have been at the rest area or something. But I was up in Manzanita and I came back and I haven't been to the rest area yet because I stopped here in Tillamook. I have to use that rest area. It's the only place with heat in the bathroom. I like heat.
You don't want to sit in your vehicle and waste $20 worth of gas every single night to try not to freeze your Royal Ross mayonnaise off?
I can't sleep any night. I don't care how. I never have gotten no sleep except for that year. I spent that 1 year inside and that saved my life. But yeah, it's hernias, fucking surgeries. God.
Jerry
Cancer.
Sparks saved my life. When my
Cancer.
infection in my mouth was going to kill me, she made sure I got the health care that I needed, despite the fact that I didn't have any of the stuff to get it done.
Who did?
Her name was Jerry Sparks. She actually made sure that I was able to get
Where
all the
was
way
Jerry
from Boulder,
Sparks?
Colorado to Bozeman, Montana.
Oh, she's in Montana?
Yep.
Wow. See, some of them are
If it
really,
hadn't
really,
been for that, I literally would have died from the infection in my mouth.
God damn. Thank God for Jerry Sparks.
That's right.
Jesus. I know the ones that are good are really, really, really good. My
Well, even
dad,
good people make mistakes.
my dad used to be a fucking counselor. My dad worked for the state. My dad worked for Children's Services. The difference is my dad had 5 masters in psychology, so he listened. So when somebody said, "Oh, my problem is my car," or "I don't have an apartment," you know what Dad would do? He'd go and get him federal funding to goddamn get the car fixed, get the apartment, and you name it, whatever it was. If he had some goddamn tweaker that was having a hard time staying straight and had to stay on probation or some shit, whatever, Dad would say, like, "You having a hard time in your house? Well, let's get you an apartment of yourself. You know, like all these fucking tweakers have a bad influence. We'll get you your own
And that's
apartment."
the thing with
'Cause
Natalie. She couldn't get away from them
Dad could
tweakers.
see that people had potential. Dad would not fuck somebody down. Dad would take a client and build them up and help get them whatever it was that they needed, so that the person itself would be built up.
Well, now they got this dual diagnosis crap, and instead of mental hospitals, it's behavioral health. At behavioral health,
Oh,
most of the
God.
people who work there, they're not nurses. They're not accredited
They
to
are
do
just
anything.
a
They're
bunch
not
of
even
bitches
accredited to
and
work at
assholes.
Walmart.
They are so.
Now, at an actual mental hospital, you
Behavioral
have people who are actually trained.
Well,
now
here-
we have actual nurses who are untrained, literally breaking the law.
Oh no, that's what I'm talking about. They call themselves, I'm sorry, they call themselves barefoot doctors. It is communist. You have to read Wild Swans.
Oh
by
no,
Yu Chang.
communism is a great idea, just only on paper, kind of like democracy.
Yeah.
In reality, it's mob rule, all
Listen,
of it.
what I'm saying about the heroin and their goddamn pills, this is what is going on right now in Oregon. This is what is driving it right now. Now listen up. Long Island,
Nationwide.
New York, fucking mafia, Costa Nostra. That who is running the goddamn rest areas. Well, I don't know about the rest. That fucking all those state parks. That is part of Orion Industries, and they don't belong here. They shouldn't be here. Orion Industries, ran by
Well,
stolen
see,
diamonds.
I
paid for
focus on the
contracts.
missing people.
DHS, group homes, and what they're doing is exactly what you're saying. They're pushing the Clozaril, all these other things. They're getting federal money to push a bunch of goddamn drugs that are heroin, and shoot them up with people.
Well, not just that, but if you keep going back, if they never fix the problem, if they never do their
Oh,
jobs,
it's
then
called-
they
no.
get more money every time you
Yeah,
have to go
right.
back.
But the reason they do it's called addiction services. So there's no rehab. What they do is go around, like you said, they're not nurses, they're not doctors, they call themselves barefoot doctors. They're a bunch of heroin junkies that go around shooting disabled people up with drugs to get them addicted to heroin.
Well,
And
see,
that is the
the
mafia.
pill epidemic among nurses in the United States is at an all-time high, but people don't want to look at that either.
Yeah.
They want to hope, they really want to hope and pray that when they get into that hospital, that their doctor really is going to be as powerful as God and save your life.
Yes.
They want to know that that nurse is going to be a professional and has a perfect life at home. You know, they got to pretend they got a kids and family and Christmas and everything's perfect, but the reality is you're going in there, you're getting the same runaround as anywhere else. They're
It
assuming you're a
just-
junkie,
but it
and
just
a lot of the
depends-
nurses
depends.
themselves are on those opiates. They are on.
No, but that's not exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Health and Human Services. Okay, the nurses, my cousin is a nurse. I know all about nurses, okay? She was a bitch to
All right,
me.
I have to let you
But
go because
check
I'm
it out.
going
No,
to pee.
there-
I'm
look,
literally going to
there's
pee myself
literally
in
good
about 30
nurses.
seconds.
Okay, well,
I'm
I'll
not
tell
trying
you
to be
later
rude.
about
I'm
this.
just trying not to pee myself. Yes, ma'am. I will
okay,
make the
far out,
time.
dude. God, I can't remember your name. But
It's Sean Schwartz.
Sean Schwartz. The homeless thingy where you have to write down the dead people's names at care. Okay, that's it. I'll let you pee.
Yes, ma'am. Come on. Turn off. Crap. Alright, well, apparently I didn't get it stopped. The more you neglect these at-risk adults, the more you neglect the mentally ill, the more this goes unchecked, the more they are victimized, the more they are monetized, like your YouTube videos. Not sure if you noticed, but none of my videos are monetized. I'm not trying to profit off of telling the truth. I'm trying to make the world a better place. When you say I need to think about myself, I do. I do think about myself. And I also think about others. But you guys go from one extreme to the other, don't you? Depending on whether or not I tell the truth about you. I'm tired of all the bodies. I'm tired of having to go into these places alone and getting blown off. That's why you're supposed to have someone go in with you. They will blow you off if you don't have someone who goes in with you and actually cares. When you're abused by your boyfriend and your sister was a witness to multiple situations that happened, and you ask your sister, you say, hey, could you go in with me to turn him in? He just beat me up again. Your sister gonna help you try to turn it in, or is she gonna say, oh, you just need to move on? You just need to love yourself. You say, hey, he took all the money out of the bank account. He took the keys to the car. He took my phone. He locked me out of the house. Meanwhile, you're feeling lucky you was able to get the neighbor to open the door and let you call your sister, huh? She won't offer you a place to stay. She just tell you gotta get over it. People are like that sometimes. Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. You're broke, you got a job, and she says, oh, well, why don't you get a job? Like, I got a job. And it don't even have to be a woman in this scenario. It could be a man, it could be anybody. Do you have the family that actually cares, or the family that wants to throw scraps at you after it's too late to do anything. With everything that I've gone through versus everything that my little brothers had to go through, well, there's a big difference between he and I. Did you know I've never been charged with child abuse? That's because I don't abuse children. Did you know my little brother was?
Off, man.
Yes, ma'am.
Karen Gillis. Now, Brown Buick.
Yes, ma'am.
I can show you spots. I don't know, but I'm saying if you have Social Security, I go up there to the state park. But wait, this state park, it's a ways out there, but 21 a night for no plug-in. Extra vehicle is 8, and at least there's showers and bathrooms, but it's way the fuck out there. But I'm interested in some motels in there's vacation rentals, and I don't like how fucking bitchy the lady is, but I'm just saying.
It's not so cold that I can't open the door. You're good
All
today.
I'm saying is this. 31 a night at Nehalem Bay State Park, and it's very, very, very fucking nice. We're talking paved trails, gorgeous. You hang out with the fucking raccoons and the deer, and you get your showers and your bathroom is all very fancy. Down here, same gig, but they have spots without the plug-in. See, when I pay 31, I'm paying as much as these goddamn RVs that are bits this big. So up here, what I discovered the night before last, I just drove all night long because the Center Market guy, you can't believe this. You can't believe it. I buy so much from Center Market. Guy steals from me with a food stamp purchase. And in the end, I had to take 2. I said, dude, he stole my coffee after I paid for it. He grabbed the coffee cup and took it back. I grabbed the coffee, I took it back. I had a big altercation with the Packy down there at Center Market. One, the asshole. There's like one that's an asshole. Everybody complains about it. Anyway.
What's his name?
Oh shit, who knows? He's just the one that is an asshole. Okay? It has to do with misogyny and men hating women. Okay?
We get a lot of women hating men too this day and age.
Well, yeah, but
it
that's
sucks
not it.
Because then
No, the Packy owned shit.
What's
the
a Packy?
men want to be in with the American men, and so they thought it was cool to be assholes to me because I'm dealing with a bunch of misogynist fucking piece of shit motherfuckers that want to see me not succeed. It is a men's. There is very sadistic.
It's a sex war on both sides, and the sexism is from both sides, and that's what sucks. We can't beat each other's
men's
throats.
clubs that are online that fucking hate women, and they go.
And the
around
same thing with
fucking
women.
over.
I am the target of many of them.
We are not fucking. Women don't go online and waste their time goddamn
Bullshit.
targeting men.
Or 96% of my viewers are women. 94%.
I don't believe it.
I can show you right now.
I don't believe
Well,
it.
that's why I have evidence. I've got the evidence right here.
We're out on the street, dude. We're made to prostitute and sell drugs and steal things.
And so are men. And so are men. And we are targeted. I can show you targeting. I can show you threats from women's organizations threatening to cut off my balls and kill my family.
Forget it. You don't listen to nothing because I'm telling you about what is going on right now and here in my world that this piece of shit Packies want to. Never mind. You men are just fucking men. Congratulations for having.
I don't like racism. I don't like targeting somebody just in that way.
Dude,
I can understand that somebody is from some other country, but he's still a person. I do listen to women. I came here to rescue women, very specifically women.
You can't rescue women if you don't listen to what their problems are.
You're right, and I have my own problems that I'm trying to work with, and I don't mind working with others. I don't.
Misogynist, sexist pieces of shit. Regardless.
Well, thank you.
There's a thing out there. Never mind, okay? Because all I was saying is I discovered a great thing because this piece of shit was a fucker to me, and that's what I'm saying about YouTube and Facebook and that. So sorry I yelled at you.
That's all right.
I gotta go. All I'm saying is, yeah. I don't believe that there's groups of online women that are like, let's fuck these men over.
There are.
Well, whatever. They're okay compared to these motherfuckers that are on me and all these other women. It's not the same thing.
Look up the name Natalie Bollinger.
That's familiar to me somehow. I don't know who the hell she is.
She got her brains blown out. She was all over the news. She got shot by Joseph Michael Lopez, and I'm the guy they tried blaming for it to begin with.
Jesus Christ, Natalie Bollinger.
There are a lot of women's groups that do target me.
It fucking rings a bell. Oh, well, rest assured there's women's groups that target me because they say they're for women that get beat. I can't go to the women's shelter. They are bitches. You know why? Real estate. Because bitch that gives a lot of money is the woman my dad sold the back 40 to. He sold her 10 acres. They took over my goddamn neighborhood in Neoconi. She split with her husband. He had a wife. They had more kids, and I'm not saying the whole family, but get how that works. So she is the big donor to this piece of shit, fake fucking women's resource shit, Tides of Change. And that's why Tides of Change is like, fuck you, Karen, even though I am continually a domestic violence victim. You know why?
Because you're easy to victimize. Nobody's going to listen to you when you're out here. They just tell you that it's your fault. I can show you the paperwork that I got from the hospital. Go to Tides of Change.
I gotta go.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, they sent you to Tides of Change. What did Tides of Change do for you?
Jack shit.
They gave you a pastry from Safeway, didn't they?
No.
Oh, they didn't even
I
give
did
you
get a
pastry?
coffee. I did get a coffee.
Wow, not even a damn pastry. God, I got a pastry from them. They told me to fuck off. And
If somebody would have told me I could have had pastry, I'd have had pastry with my coffee. Now I feel robbed.
Are you kidding? They have a shelter. Don't even get me going off about Tides of Change. The real thing is the money is from Manzanita, and it's not that she's a bitch. She's supposedly a really, really nice, really liberal person. In reality, Manzanita is fucked.
All liberal means is they pretend to be something they ain't,
Yeah.
do stuff on our backs and put their names on it. That's what liberal means.
There you
I
go.
lived in
Well,
Boulder long enough.
I don't know, but I go both ways. But I just got attacked hard by liberals in Salem, and they're not even liberals. They're Nazis. They're fascists. Anyway, they're fascists in Salem. I could go on and on and on about everything, but anyway, just be aware. 21 a night out there. It's in the middle of bumfuck, but if you could get your shit loaded up with food stuff, groceries or anything, and there's a shower and a thingy. My thing was, although we would bicker and argue, so we can't do it. But as I'm like, $10.50 a night is better per person than fucking 21 a night, because I can't really swing paying for a shower and you get my picture.
Yep, I do.
That's why I end up on that fucking thingy. But I get fucked off at that thingy too, that goddamn dealie, which I'll explain to you later. That has to do with that Costa Nostra shit. But I gotta go, because now I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta get cigarettes. If you see me around, hit me up.
Yes, ma'am.
I do have weed, but I gotta watch it. They steal from me. I went in there, they stole weed out of my... They are so nasty. They'll pop my car open and steal what I need the most from me. Get what I'm saying? So I gotta watch it on that.
I only smoke weed that I get specifically from the dispensary, because so many people out here are putting stuff on the pot.
Oh yeah. On the pot, on the cigarettes. Yeah, that's... Those cigarettes that I gave you, I was like, nope, I snatched them away when my son wasn't looking, because of the nature of how fast somebody had been like waiting for us to show up, and they just slipped them these cigs. I go, because I've smoked cigs before that were those thingies, and fucking they were soaked in opioids or some shit, something. Because that's the crowd that's out to get me, the heroin pushing crowd. And that's been for a long time, all the way from the street dealers, which now are not against me, because they see this and they said, the street dealer here in Tillamook, I don't know how he's so connected. Jesus Christ, sucked up little fucking...
The guy in the Toyota?
He said this, he goes, no, I don't even know. Fucking this guy, I don't know who he's connected to, but he said this, his mind is clear as a dealer. He said, that's bad for business. When I told him, and I took up to him, he's a dangerous kid, but I got to tell him again, what it is the government is pushing heroin. And so anyway, all the heroin pushers hate me, but I'm like saying, wait a minute, you guys, I figured out who the real big heroin pusher is. Obviously, Cosa Nostra, Sicilian Mafia. But right now it's huge because they're working for the U.S. government pushing it on both ends, so they can push the pills, the fucking shots, and then those people will, and then they'll be out there waiting on the street. Chucky, the Ball family. Fucking Orion Industries. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to get you killed. But I mean, it's like this weird war in this county. But I gotta go, and so I mean, it's horrible. I'm so sad this county is fucked compared to what it was. And I was born in Salem, Oregon, and to see Salem destroyed by government drugs is fucking heartbreaking. But anyway, I gotta go to the guy who gotta go that into town. I gotta figure out a place to go to the bathroom. I gotta pull money out to get even a pack of cigarettes. So that's my first gig. But I got Starbucks coffee. That's cold. I got 2 things. Or no, it's Califia this time. I always buy Starbucks, but and of course I have no apps and I don't have anything. So I get ripped off on everything. I was thinking about YouTube thing. I think, shit, if I could change my voice and put a black thing over my head, I would say what I knew and what they did. But I would like to tell you about fucking Helping Hands, and what they did up there in Seaside was outrageous, and that's why they're no longer a shelter in Seaside, because Helping Hands botched the shit out of that.
Well, I got 6 people here that have all told me horror stories about the Helping Hands here.
Well,
and that's one of the places I'm being told to go. Anyway, I was going to show you that, but I got to let you go.
When I see you again, I will. If there's 6 other people that have fucking already done it, okay, I'll say it. Because, you know what I mean? It's just that I don't want to get killed. I'm trying to find a place to live, you know? And they're fucking mean as fuck to me about my car. If they were mean as fuck to you, it's because they're a
There are
elitist piece of
specific
shit.
jobs that they're supposed to do, and they're not doing those jobs. They are taking the money to do the
They're
jobs, and
sitting
that's the
there-
thing, is that
they're
they're
living in the
committing
lap-
felonies.
Oh yeah, they're living in the lap of luxury, sitting on their asses, denying the entire fucking, not just the county, but the whole region, the whole area, the services that they are telling what it is.
Well, they don't think they're in the lap of luxury because they want to compare themselves to Donald Trump.
But you know what? You know what?
Our lives suck. We're not as rich as
Never
Trump.
mind. No, listen, it's not about the Justice Department, which it always is about. These nonprofits, it's about reaching the Ford Foundation, the foundations. Look at, I used to not work. I used to volunteer.
It's about
at FC.
greed. It's about getting paid.
It's about telling the foundations that are giving them money what they are doing. That's what it's about. It's about making them lose their fucking funding. I just got fucked over by bitches in Salem called Safe Sleep. What a piece of shit. I would love to go on YouTube and tell what Safe Sleep did to me. Because you know what? These bitches are pulling United Way money. And I'm like, I need shit sent to United Way so they know what those cunts are doing. And they're getting shut down. By the way, they closed.
And see, you use the proper word. You use the word cunt properly. I want to thank you for that. I use the word cunt for people who get people hurt or killed.
Yeah.
That is a proper way to use that word.
And you're from the South? Where are you from?
No, I'm from Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska, yeah. Yeah, so thank
I'm
you
from
so
the same
much for not
state
being
that
offended.
Malcolm X was born in.
Thank you very much for not being offended at my natural word that, you know, describes bitches that try to fuck other people. Thank you. God bless you, and I'll be around. So
yes, ma'am.
Hit me up. Because get it? I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm going north, south. And there's spots, you know what I'm saying, where you can go, but it costs money to get there. It either takes gas and or once you, like the state park's perfect.
And that's one of the things about me being stuck here, because I have to pay all these other bills. I can't afford gas to go anywhere, let alone do something like that. No, I just have a beard. Yeah, and if God damned everything that we asked him to, we would need gills and fins everywhere we went.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry, Lord Jesus. That was bad. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to say the GD word. The C word was proper. The GD word was not.
Yeah, I definitely use cunt in the proper context as well. You're good.
I'm glad you thanked me for it. Most people are like, that word, yeah.
Oh my God, you use the C word?
Well, yeah, when they think with their flapping ass fucking vagina, and they're only just don't get me started on.
I'm against male and female meat flaps.
Yeah, wow, meat flaps. Oh my God, you're hilarious.
Yeah, meat flaps and snot swapping. It's all snot. It's all mucus. It's all gross. I don't want none of that.
Yeah, it's all fucking AIDS and COVID just squeezing it together. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. Wow. We are getting old. We are getting old. You know what? America isn't having sex because of this bullshit. Nobody's having babies. You know the healthiness where the people have babies. Eugene, nobody has babies. Why?
I don't want to bring any kids into this world.
Well, I already had kids. That's not the point. My point is, if you want to see the health of a community, you look at their birth rate. That's the bottom line.
Meanwhile, we
birth
got
rate
5
is going
kids in
down.
foster care every day dying.
Yeah,
It's
it's
stupid.
unbelievable. They steal children and sell them to the rich. It's an industry. It's disgusting. Okay, far out. I gotta go.
Yes, ma'am. Don't pee yourself.
Thank you for firing me up. I'm sorry I yelled the minute
You're
I
allowed.
yell. When I wake up in the morning, I wake up yelling. I am pissed at being homeless. And that guy, of course, had to park right next to me so that he could peek in. And I'm like, I wake up and I pee in a cup.
Yo, I
You know,
woke up
if
to
I don't
another
have
guy
money-
screaming at me. So
if
by the
I-
time you were screaming, I was already conscious. You're
Like,
good.
if I don't have money, like people that are homeless know it. And I'm used to Eugene homeless car people because we keep doing like very polite. Like, yeah, everybody pees in a cup. Everybody knows. And so everybody's like, there's a code of conduct. So you come out here to the boondocks, there's no code. I'm breaking the code of conduct, by the way. I'm bothering you and you're in your car and I'm sitting here forcing the door open. I'm breaking the code of conduct. But I'm only doing it because we're like affiliating. See what I'm saying? But anyway, so the guy had to hi. So yeah, anyway, whatever. That was what I was yelling about. It just because, you know, you wake up and somebody's trying to watch you take pee in a cup. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't you.
You're good.
It's
Yeah.
just, you know, just don't be, I get it. Do you understand? I know how you,
Well, when I
this-
heard you
all
yelling,
this
I just
shit-
wanted to make sure you was
all
all right.
this shit and all this overbearingness, I know how it feels. And don't worry. And yeah, the NSA is killing us through these chipped keys. Fuck yeah. They can kill you. Yeah, they bear down on your fucking car somehow. But anyway, encouragement and blessings.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
what you're doing is important. It's really fucking important. I gotta make sure I don't get ripped off.
Yes, ma'am.
The thingy is open.
You're good.
And I do want to be on your YouTube channel. That's exactly what I need. It's just that I'm afraid of you guys because everybody has cell phones and I don't. Get what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna try to go up there and get the cricket phone probably tomorrow.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, well, where's Cricket? Is there one in Tillamook?
It's right up the road there. If you want, I can. I'm probably
Nah.
gonna be walking, but I'll be
Nah.
going up there tomorrow.
Yeah, but you're saying there's a Cricket here. I'll find it. Yeah.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just never, if you're not looking for it, you don't see it. You don't find it. When you're in your car, you try not to notice all the fucking shit. Because, especially if you're you and you've been through Colorado and Florida, all these places, you've already seen everything and everybody's trying to show you shit. You know, like, motherfuckers, I already know everything. I already know everything because I've been everywhere and I've seen it all.
I've been through the system before. All the places you're telling me to hit up, I hit up in the first day. Congratulations. You think I'm stupid?
Oh my God. Wow, I get it. You're saying they're
Yeah.
all the same, all over the place.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, it's nationwide.
This shit about the Closeril and the mafia and the heroin, this is nationwide because it's coming from federal money. So my goal is to reach Biden, okay, who tries to act like he's a nice president. My goal is to reach Biden and say, cut their goddamn money off at HHS, USHHS. I want to sue USHHS, Health and Human Services. Or sue the fuck out of it. I want to sue the DOC, the DOJ, HHS. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on.
Well, if we could get some sort of representation, we could take this before NATO.
Okay.
I mean, we do qualify for
Well,
refugee
here's who
status.
we gotta reach. Erin Rokovich and her team. She just did.
And see, that's the thing. You're trying to reach famous people. Famous people don't care about us, but we
Yes,
care
she
about famous
does.
people because
She-
people listen to the
Look,
famous people.
She's an attorney, and the last thing was the goddamn. What the hell is that called? The asbestos? No, not asbestos.
And she wasn't actually an attorney.
Those fucking things. Yes, she's a goddamn attorney.
She might
ended
be
up
now.
writing books, but I don't know if she's still working as an attorney. She was working on fucking goddamn black lung. That's what
She
I'm
was a
trying to
legal
get out of
assistant.
myself. Black lung is what she was working on with some high powered thing. I'm saying she was, and I don't know if she still is, but was working with major high-powered attorneys. She became an attorney, or whether I think she did actually become one. And black lung was their thing. And I got it. But the thing is, that book is in fucking wherever, and I got to find out the name of the, whatever, the law firm. Anyway, somebody like her, somebody like that women's rights, Gloria Allred. That is who. Gloria Allred. Only people like that have what it takes. Because I know you're like, they work on women's issues. You know what? No. They work on issues for America. We need a mass tort claim. Anyway, I better let you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Far out. Gloria Allred is still working. Anyway, God bless you. I know she's usually working on abortion rights shit and shit that like, hey man, come over to this other area. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of women having the right to kill their babies if, like, how about they just make it amendable and acceptable to fucking have the babies? But although I am, abortion rights, but at the same time, I know the reality that they should make it acceptable to have the babies instead. You know what I'm saying?
I know that the reality is that people make smarter decisions, less stupid stuff happens. Most crimes are preventable and most abuse is preventable. Most abusers have a history of abuse, and if you don't pay attention to that, then people end up getting abused even more. All these folks knew that Ted Bollinger was an abuser. All of these people knew that Natalie's family were abusers, that Tim Beeson was an abuser. They knew all these people were abusers, and that, you know what? They let those people hurt me.
Yeah,
Natalie got a hole through her head for it.
They let the killer, the murderer of Natalie Holloway and that other woman, he hangs out in North County. If I see his fucking ass again, they are so much that you can't work on these issues because there's so many problems. But yeah, Natalie Bollinger rings a fucking bell. I was reading the Register Guard at that time. When did she die? Anyway, I was reading the
December 29th of 2017.
Oh yeah, I was full on. I'm telling you, 2017, I had a 7-day-a-week subscription, and I paid the goddamn post office extra money to take my newspaper because I was homeless in 2017. Now, I mean, I've been homeless forever, but anyway, not forever. And there's an end to it. But okay, far out, Sean. I gotta get going.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep your chin up. Do not kill yourself. Not be happy. I can't order you to be that.
You were talking yourself out of suicide this morning. I heard you. I'm glad you didn't.
You heard me? Okay, well, I'm glad I talked to you.
I'm glad I got to listen.
I know how you look at that, son.
A lot of your information is definitely useful information.
Yeah.
You also
your
have...
YouTube shit is important. It's just that I'm afraid of YouTubers. So we should get it together because unbelievable. Natalie Bollinger. See, I can't just pop onto the phone and go, oh, Natalie Bollinger. But I remember because I have the memories because I read the newspaper. Yeah.
Reading is important for memory retention. But also, like, a lot of people will read up on a bunch of trivial stuff and they don't remember any of the important stuff. And then you got to try to remember everything for everybody. I'm like, how is that going to work? You want me to remember your things too?
Especially when the social services are pulling money and not doing what the fuck they're saying they're doing. Okay, I got to get going. I mean, I'm slipping big. I just finally changed my address yesterday. Finally. I mean, I've been over a month without an address. I've been like a month and a week with no address, so...
I kept trying to get one, but every time I gotta move, I gotta start over again. And then there's all these folks who say, hey, you should get general mailbox, and that does work for some stuff, but there's a lot of stuff they want you to have an address. You have to have an address or they ain't gonna.
Yeah, but you know what? Let me assure you here. Tillamook, this is why I chose Tillamook as far as the general delivery instead of any of these other towns. Tillamook post office is really good. I moved. Listen to this. I left Eugene because of the goddamn Eugene post office when Trump put all the... But the guy was a black dude. He was really nice, but he was enacting all the new laws that the asshole guy at the top of the post office was. And I had to leave Eugene because they wouldn't let me pick up my son's fucking mail for him. So what did I do? I came straight to Tillamook because I knew Tillamook is old-fashioned. So you can trust Tillamook General Delivery.
And I've been getting stuff general delivery, but there's also a lot of stuff they won't deliver general delivery.
Yeah, I know, like car stuff and shit like that. Yeah, I know, it's a pain in the ass. Then I had to get my goddamn fucking address put on a license as a homeless center, and that shit, they do all this shit. I can go on and on telling you shit that they do to fuck you, or they don't do. It fucks you even if they don't do it intentionally.
There are a lot of traumatized men and women out on the streets here, for certain.
There is a lot that happens and people know it. Like if they put your goddamn on your license, a homeless center fucking thingy because they required you to have it sent to a homeless center or even to use that address, that affects your fucking credit. I didn't know it until whatever, but yeah, if I pull out my one license, 2211 Golden Garden Street in the 97401, I can get any credit card that I want. If I pull out my other license, exactly the same person, the same everything, it's got Highway 99 North, the homeless center in Eugene, fucking, I won't get any fucking credit. And I didn't even know that. I don't even do credit, and I don't even know how to use a card. My daughter had to help me get one, get with the picture. You know what I mean? So anyway, I gotta go, but yeah. Just, yeah, my point was, and I know Kara's a fuck, but that, I've been driven out before, and now I'm coming back in, and I'm forcing these fucking bitches and assholes to give me what I need. Although, you know, there I go. I'm not out at Helping Hands because they drove me out, and I'm too scared to go back. I'm like, oh, damn them motherfuckers. But anyway, okay. I'm out of here. It takes me until 11 p.m. to wake up in the daytime. I'm gonna try to go to the library. I know it's
right up there too.
Yeah. Damn, my grandma was really formative in that library. Sorry, little Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, God bless you.
Trust in me, my heart and soul. Sweet you rockin', sweet you roll. The bias is coming from both sides. I wasn't sure if what she was saying was somebody's name or if she was being derogatory. It seems to me she was being derogatory. If I'm wrong, let me know. Sardines, lightly smoked in oil. Good for the brain. There's a lot of people out here with problems. When you say things are worse for people elsewhere, there's worse for people out here for dang sure. There are people out here that statistically are more at risk. Alright, she left. In order to help her, I would have to listen to her. I think I listened to her pretty well given the circumstances. There are things that she said that I certainly do not agree with. There's things that she said that I do agree with. There are things that she said that I've heard out of many others. The situation with helping hands, you have to be a heroin addict, which or a drug addict. It's kind of one of them dual diagnosis things. And even the professional people that send me to these places tell me something different about them every time. I'm supposed to just believe these places. I'll go to one person who will tell me one thing, and then the next time I go in there, it's a different person, and they're telling me something completely different. What gives here? Did the laws really change that much in a week? That lady is also right about how $21 is actually quite a bit. Plus $8 per vehicle. There's a lot of stuff that lady said that I don't know about. There's also a lot of stuff that she said that I can verify. Just because somebody's crazy doesn't mean they don't have useful information. It doesn't mean that they haven't been through the same ringer. I mean, all of us are going through the same thing. We're not getting the support. They're giving the support to you guys and your families. Those of you who don't need the support, you have families. The reason for that is because if they don't help support those of you with families, then you sue them. Those of us out here who the programs were actually made for, we don't get that. Because we don't have families. We don't have families helping us with those things. Catch-22 goes full circle right back to these services were created for us without families. That's why we have government agencies that are supposed to do these things for people who don't have families or don't have families that are actual families. Relatives is a completely different thing. If you are living with your predators, they're not family. They're relatives. Family don't do that shit. Your brother can't keep his nasty cockbeaters off of you. He's not family, he's a fucking relative. There we go. Anyway, yeah, that lady definitely come across as crazy, don't she? In some respects, she absolutely is, and in others, she is not as crazy as you would like to believe. See, the experience with people out here who are mentally ill, most vulnerable, is to be blown off and sent somewhere else. When there's things that you're not able to do for yourself, you're supposed to go to these agencies for them to tell you they can't do nothing. Then you get to see how there's somebody goes in, they got their husband and the wife and the kid, and they all go in together and they're getting the help from these literal places that these literal places are telling us that they don't do. That's not their job. They lead us on, but they don't follow through. They don't follow through because they get paid either way. They tell us about how they got overwhelming schedules and overwhelming workloads and how they can't help everybody. And we see who they're helping. They prioritize women with children for the most part and veterans. Meanwhile, are those veterans fighting for our rights? Veterans want veterans' rights. Those are special rights. Is that really what you joined up for special rights? Do you think you deserve more or better than anyone else because you went and shot people in foreign countries? Yeah, homie, don't play that. Now that lady, I'm sure she just wants somebody to listen to her. Is that true? No, she wants help too. And she needs that help too. Obviously, the abilities that she have are not a significant point greater than what I have. And in some respects and aspects, she's got less to work with. As far as sexist groups, she's absolutely wrong about that. Not about her experiences. I don't know what her experiences are or are not. I know what she's told me. See if this will work. Oh. No. Alright, maybe this one. Anyway, you gotta try to separate the fact from the fiction sometimes. Sometimes just because somebody sounds crazy doesn't mean that they are. Just because somebody tells you that somebody else is crazy doesn't mean that they are. And just because somebody is crazy doesn't mean that they're not being victimized. Matter of fact, the fact that they're number one for being victimized in a lot of different groups and categories, unless you do it per capita. If you go per capita, the homeless, bar none, top of every category. Most likely to be murdered. Most likely to be murdered while hitchhiking. Who's more likely to be murdered, the driver or the hitchhiker? The driver. The driver is more likely to be the killer. So no, you don't get to play that. The driver is 34 times more likely to kill the passenger in that scenario. Imagine that. But the only ones that you care about or read about or look at are the ones where the person who was the hitchhiker did something. The hitchhiker or the assailant stole the car after killing somebody. And many people just assume it was a hitchhiker. But here's the thing, if somebody like that steals you and takes your car, they stole your car. They wanted your car. There's a reason they wanted your car. For a predator, that makes it easier to offer to give people rides. So you can drive them out into the country and do whatever the hell you want. Now, if you guys pay attention to the world that we live in, you pay attention to the people around you. It's not difficult for you guys to actually pay attention and find out what's going on, but you're too busy with your wives' tales, with your choosing sides based on penis and vagina. Now, when I hear somebody saying something that I feel is derogatory, I'm going to speak up. When I was going to pull out evidence, you got to see every time I was going to pull out evidence, no, she's got to pee. She's got to pee. Okay, but then she stood and talked for another 30 minutes. I'll do that on my YouTube channel because I'm not wasting oxygen by saying it. There's a possibility that somebody at some point will actually listen, will actually look, and will actually give a shit. Not likely though. I get that it's not likely. But at least it's a possibility. And that means hope. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind. PTSD isn't a joke. And y'all are cruel to those who have it.